If you've clicked on this video, then there's a good chance that you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. My name is Robbie, but you may know me on Instagram as Dak Season, which is where I started my platform. I've slowly made my way across different platforms to TikTok or X, which is now Twitter, and now I'm going to start here on YouTube. If everyone watches this enjoys, then I plan on keeping your off-season busy with videos just like this. So today I'm going to share my reasons why I think the Dallas Cowboys can still compete and have a chance at a Super Bowl in the year 2024. So I'm going to start with reason number one. Reason number one is going to be Dak Prescott. So casual NFL fans, NFL haters, or people that don't really pay attention to the Cowboys don't really realize how good Dak Prescott was in 2023. After the 49ers game in Week 5, Dak Prescott was standing at 5 touchdowns compared to 4 interceptions. But after that, a switch flipped for Dak, the entire offense, and so from Week 6 through the rest of the season, Dak Prescott was arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. In that span, he threw 31 touchdowns and led his team to a 9-3 record. He ended the year with 36 touchdown passes, which did lead the league, and he ended up finishing second in MVP voting, although I think he personally should have won. Obviously, you can't really ignore what happened the next week against the Packers. Dak wasn't good, but when nobody on the team shows up, how much of that is on Dak compared to Mike McCarthy and the rest of the coaching staff? The offense didn't show up, the defense didn't show up, the coaching didn't show up. So now the question is, Dak Prescott sitting at a 2-5 record coming into this year in the postseason. The question fans are asking, is he good enough in the big game? Because nobody's seen it so far, but I think this is the year where it can happen. I think last year, Dak Prescott proved to us and everyone that watches football that he was a top 5 quarterback last year. And now in year 2 of Mike McCarthy's offense, another year of CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jake Ferguson, I believe Dak Prescott will have a better season than he did back in 2023. So now on to my second reason why I think the Cowboys can win the Super Bowl in 2024. I'm going to go with the 2023 draft class. So the draft class last year, very disappointing, but we can turn it around in 2024. The holes on this team could easily be filled and minimized. In the first round last year, the Dallas Cowboys selected Mazi Smith. The goal for Mazi Smith wasn't necessarily to rush the passer, get sacked, stuff like that. He was drafted to stop the run. He did finish here with 8 tackles, 1 sack, and another 8 pressures, but obviously those stats aren't super important for someone like Mazi, but he wasn't necessarily good stopping the run either. His PFF grade was 34.9, so there's work that needs to be done. If he puts in work in the offseason, has a great training camp in preseason, and he can show that he is the run stopper the Cowboys drafted in 2023, then that run stopping hole looks to be filled pretty well. Now, in round 3, the Dallas Cowboys selected Demarion Overshown out of the University of Texas. He's a linebacker. He was balling out in the preseason before tearing his ACL in Week 3 against the Seattle Seahawks. And then that loss was really amplified by the career-ending injury of Leighton Vander Esch in Week 5. So if Overshown rehabs correctly, comes to the same level of play we saw in the preseason after his injury, him and our free agent signing Eric Kendricks could create an underrated linebacker duo that can cause some trouble. Now, for more rotational guys that can take up snaps, guys like Vilame Fehoko, Eric Scott, Jalen Brooks, and Deuce Vaughn, they can be, improved rotational guys, and they can play meaningful snaps and play them at a high level. The team would be a lot deeper, and the holes would really be minimized on this roster. Now, for reason 3, it doesn't quite sound as serious or realistic compared to the other two, but I like to believe it. Every year, the Dallas Cowboys have sky-high expectations. It's Super Bowl or bust. They've got to win it all. Not this year. This year, they saw what the Cowboys did in free agency. It wasn't much, right? They lost a bunch of rotational guys. They don't normally find themselves as underdog. They need to take this position and ride with it. This could be maybe not as much of a surprise to us as it would be to the rest of the NFL, but they've got young pieces. They've got the all-pros. Anything can happen when you get into the playoffs. All bets are off, so nobody's expecting anything from the Cowboys this year. This is where we show them. So those are my 3 reasons why I think the Dallas Cowboys can not only compete, but win the Super Bowl this year. And I believe it's very hard with 7 All-Pros in 2023 to not be competitive in 2024. So I'm fairly confident that this team can not only get into the playoffs, but make a run. So thank you for watching this YouTube video. I plan on making many more. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. I hope you all have great days, and I can't wait to share this amazing platform with y'all.